up? It's Cinema Shogun here, and Britney Spears is raising concerns once again with one of her off-the-wall Instagram captions. And speaking of off-the-wall, do you have a weird, random, off-the-wall question that you would like to ask me about Britney Spears? Well, then download the Swag It app down in the comments below. I will post a link. Go to that link, download the Swag It app, and I will be answering any and all questions about Britney Spears exclusively on Swag It all week. So go ahead, download the app, and also, when you download the app, you're automatically entered into various giveaways. But anyways, Britney's raising concern because she kind of revealed that she hasn't met Sam's father, which is weird considering the fact that they're married. And I mean, why would you want to hide Britney Spears from your family? If anything, that's like a bragging right. I married freaking Britney Spears. Let me introduce her to everyone. But for some reason, she hasn't even met a lot of Sam's family. I wonder why. Why is that? Now, if this was a fling and they've been together for 6 months, even a year, I wouldn't be as concerned. But they've been together for a while now. Why hasn't she met his father? Does Sam take this relationship seriously? We all have our thoughts about Sam. And sometimes it appears that Sam is trying. But often, and basically 100% of the time, when I see them, the two of them interact, it seems so weird. The wedding, it seemed so weird. And ever since the wedding, Britney Spears has been periodically, I guess when she goes through one of her moments or one of her episodes, she randomly will talk trash about her own wedding, or she'll throw shade at people who were at her wedding. And sometimes the post, they read almost as if she's talking about how she loved her wedding. But then when you get to the middle of all the muckety gook, I don't even know what words to describe the way she talks. It's just all over the place. But once you read these posts and you really get down to the nitty gritty of what these posts are about, often it's her throwing shade at random people who were at her wedding and her saying random stuff. Now, without further ado, let's just go ahead and read the most recent post that everyone seems to be concerned about. High School Movie. Gotta see it. Not that by any means is it a career reference to me, although my song is in it. I'm definitely one to secretly make fun of. And if you don't believe me, check out how they portrayed my special wedding day. It was sure to make me feel like something with all that entertainment and the beautiful celebs holding that mic. I mean, I haven't held a mic in 7 years, so that sassy girl dancing lit up the room for them with the chemistry. That's honestly what it's about. And good God, it was everywhere. Oh well, sitting down for 3 minutes for a sweet song and then 21 clapbacks from one person alone had me feeling special. Anyways, this is me before the dance floor was full. Kiss by Prince. I'm going to show you what it's all about, the kiss. PSSSSS. There sure were a hell of a lot of women around. When can I meet your dad, Hassan or Sam? How does that read to you all? Obviously, it's all over the place. Talking about High School Musical and whatnot. But you see, she talks about how she's secretly one to make fun of. And it seems to me like over the months and the weeks since her wedding has passed, that she's growing more paranoid about her own wedding. What I mean by that is, and I know the Yas Queens, they'll write this off right away. But we all, the majority of us, had concerns about that wedding because it was weird. It was like the fakest event I've ever seen. And ever since that wedding has gone by, we get little information drops. For one, Britney Spears revealed that she had no idea who was even invited to her wedding. So these people who showed up there, Britney did not know they were coming. A woman is usually in control of her wedding, especially the guest list. Yet these celebrities popped up at her wedding that she did not invite. She did not know they were coming. She pretended like it was a pleasant surprise at first. But as the days go by and these posts keep getting posted and she reveals and talks and expresses herself, it's like she almost didn't want them there. She's growing paranoid about her own wedding. She's talking about how these celebs were there and like they were basically like stealing the spotlight. And how her special wedding day, it was portrayed in a certain way. And I think very much how like we felt something was odd about her wedding, I feel like sometimes Britney thinks that there was something odd about her wedding. And I would really have to sit down with every post that she's posted with these tidbits of information and connect them all to show you the bigger picture. But if you've been here since the beginning, then you already know all of this information. But slowly we're progressing to a point where she's basically calling out her own wedding. There was a hell of a lot of women around, but where was your dad and family, Hassan? Why is Drew Barrymore here? Selena Gomez, who Britney Spears seems to hate, she throws shade at her every chance she gets. Why are all these people here, but where's your dad, Hassan? Where's your dad, Sam? And then even when like she talks about how people were clapping at her and stuff, she views that like she was offended by it. Because in her mind, she's so paranoid, and people dealing with mental health issues, they're often like this. So she views like people clapping at her or clapping for her, she views it almost as if they're looking down on her. I think Selena Gomez said something along the lines of, I just want you to be happy. She said that to Britney, and that really set Britney off. Britney didn't like that, and it's something that her mother also recently said in the tabloids. So I think Britney, obviously Britney's dealing with a certain form of paranoia. And she has these episodes where she strikes out at people and lashes out at people. But also, even though I think this is an example of that, in this situation, I kind of understand. You have to understand, like with Britney, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, we all know that. But from what I've seen, from my observations, it's sporadic. And I've seen this with other people. I've experienced this with people who I know in real life. Sometimes they're totally okay. And then some days they're just a little off the wall. Some days they're kind of paranoid. Some days they feel like people are out to get them. And then the next day they're totally happy and almost experiencing a different level of happiness than most people can obtain. Like a joyful blissfulness one day. You know, I just want to dance and spin and, flowers and the sun is shining. And then the next day, I think everyone's trying to kill me and get me. So I think Britney has these episodes sometimes where she starts getting paranoid about everyone, and she looks back on certain moments in her life and she gets paranoid about them. And sometimes I don't think it's necessary. But in this situation, I can't blame her, because everyone feels like this wedding is weird. So the further we go along, the more this situation will unravel. And I think it's going to be crazy when people start to realize that Britney herself is on the side of what people call conspiracies, while the yes queens are on a whole other side. This post is prime example of the fact that I'm not saying Britney is totally on board with all of the stuff people say, but this looks like Britney's more so leaning towards, the side of people who are like, what's going on here, as opposed to the side of everything's okay, nothing to see here. Because Britney could easily say everything's okay, nothing to see here. But she doesn't. She puts out these posts that are all over the place. And it's hard to understand what the hell she's saying in these posts. Talking about high school musicals, and she's easy to make fun of, the joke's on her, and who knows what she's talking about. But then there's always those pieces of information you get in these incoherent posts that really stick out. Like the fact that she's talking about not knowing who Sam's dad is, not meeting Sam's dad. And people are really freaking out about that because Sam and Sam's dad were recently seen together riding on horses or something. And I don't think Britney was even there. And like I said, I don't want to be a bully to Sam. But at the end of the day, I can't help but feel like this whole relationship is just, I don't know. I don't understand it, and that's okay if I don't understand it. But if Britney's dealing with these issues, I can't help but feel like it's almost taking advantage of her to even be in a relationship with her in a way. And I don't want that to sound the wrong way, because I don't know how to structure what I'm trying to say, but almost I feel as if like getting into a relationship and marrying someone who may be going through these mental health breaks, that's almost taking advantage of them in itself. And then when you hear that, she's not even being introduced to the family, she's never met Sam's dad. Why? Is this a relationship that Britney thinks she is in and Sam pretends he is in, but Sam's living a double life? We know that Sam goes out to the red carpets and Sam does all that stuff on his own. And he's explained recently that Britney's done that all of her life and she doesn't want to do it anymore. And I think that's a very valid explanation. I get that and I understand that. But at the same time, there is that opportunity there where Sam could just be living a double life. Sam could be living his own life while simultaneously in this marriage relationship with someone who's going through a mental health crisis. So it worries me because I feel like people who go through these crises, like I was explaining earlier, they have these days or these moments where everyone is out to get them. And then on other days and other moments, it's euphoric. They're so happy, overly happy and positive, if you will. And I don't know how can I put it? I don't know if Britney even really knows Sam, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like their relationship is very much surface level. And I feel like as if someone who's going through the stuff that Britney may possibly be going through, that's all you need. That you don't have to provide Britney with a real relationship. You could provide her with the facade of a relationship. Oh, I'm here to take you out on a date every now and then. I pop up every now and then and we talk or what have you, but I don't sense the deep connection there, and something feels off there. But then again, something feels off with most Hollywood relationships. But let me know your thoughts about this. Does this concern you? Why hasn't Britney met Sam? Or Sam's dad? Why is Britney, like, as time goes on, Britney seems to be growing bitter about her own wedding, throwing shots at her own wedding and how her own wedding was handled. What do you think is up with all of that? Is this just Britney being paranoid as usual? Or is there a reason? Do you believe there's a reason for Britney Spears to be feeling this way? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And like I said earlier, if you have any questions, be sure to ask me over on Swagit, and I will answer your questions over there. But for now, drop your comments below, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.